Hello, my name's Sarah Perry, feature writer for the Face of Chelmsford magazine, and today I'm going to be showing you a how-to and how to make your own advent calendar at home with the family. So we're going to start by melting our chocolate, and to do this you need to have a bain-marie, or you can do it your own way by having a saucepan of boiling or simmering water, and then you need to pop a bowl just on top, and this will allow the steam to rise and to heat the bowl, which will melt your chocolate. Now you can use any chocolate of your choice. I'm going to be doing a combination of white chocolate and milk chocolate, and we're going to start by melting the white chocolate. Now white chocolate can be a little bit tricky because it can have a tendency to split if you sort of overcook it. So we're just going to pop these little cubes in that we've already broken up. So while that's melting, we're waiting for that, I'm going to show you what mould we're going to be using today. Now this is a mould made by Lakeland. It's called their Festive Silicon Mould, which is £4.99, and I'll just show you the detail here. We've got 3 snowmen, 3 Christmas trees, 3 stars and 3 gingerbread men, and they all have little sort of indented or sort of embossed sections to them, which you might be able to see better on the front. And what I'm actually going to do to make this a little bit more decorative is to fill these prior to putting the milk chocolate in, so that these come up in white chocolate shapes, and it should hopefully make that a little bit prettier as well. I should also mention that this product is available until the end of December only for the festive period. If you do want to have a similar procedure with chocolate shapes, then there will be alternative products available. I'm now going to mix the chocolate and just see how that's doing. Now that's melting quite nicely, so we'll just give that a little bit longer. You do need to stir it just to make sure that you get all of the chocolate evenly. You don't want to burn any areas of it. Burnt chocolate has a really nasty smell and taste to it, so just keep that on the move once that's started to melt. Just like that. Now you need to be careful when you're working with chocolate and water in the same working area. You don't want the two to come in contact at all. Once water touches chocolate, it changes the consistency completely, and it can't be saved, it's unsavable, so just make sure that they are kept separate at all times. And then when you do have your bowl on top of your water, make sure you don't have a bowl that's very low down in the water where it could split up around the sides. So that's all melted nicely. So we're now going to be popping that into the silicone. So these are the little indentations inside of the silicone, and that's what we're going to be filling the white chocolate with. Now I tend to have quite a lot of patience for this sort of thing. You may just want to use one chocolate for the whole of the shape, but I'm going to be very careful using cocktail sticks, and I'm just going to fill them in to these sections here, hopefully. When you are of course using something sharp like cocktail sticks around the silicone, you've got to be very careful not to pierce it, or obviously it will ruin. I'm just going to pick a little bit up. So now I've filled some of the chocolate shapes, the indentations, with the white chocolate, and I'm now just going to pop that in the fridge quickly just to help it set and cool down a bit quicker. Now I'm going to do a second bowl and a second lot of chocolate that's milk that we can then alternate the colours with, make it a little more interesting. And of course you can use whatever chocolate is your favourite, whether it be milk white, plain, or something that's a little bit more interesting like mint or orange, whatever takes your fancy. Now exactly the same principle here again, so you've got your boiling water and then the individual cubes of chocolate there, which we're just going to pop in. Now it is important to break the chocolate up. If you just put a whole bar in, it's not going to melt in the same way. It's not going to be as evenly distributed. You're going to have to really break it up with your wooden spoon. So just break them up beforehand and pop them in. Now if you are going to do this as a family, obviously just be aware of the oven area, and the children may want to help, but perhaps either have an adult supervising this area, or perhaps have them do a little bit later on in the stages of what we're doing and have an adult do this section here. I've just taken my silicone tray out of the fridge from where we did the white chocolate, and that's all nice and set now, and that only took about 5 minutes. Before we just fill these sections, I'm going to do the reverse of what we've done with the white chocolate. So I'm going to do the same sort of pattern, same principle with the ones that I've left blank so far. And I will probably just leave one blank as well so that you can see what they look like without sort of doing it this decoratively. And the milk chocolate is now done in the opposite ones. These ones are going to be filled with white, these ones with milk, and then I've left some, like this one's going to be blank, where we're just going to put one colour in that as well. So I'm now just going to grab a teaspoon of chocolate. I've let it cool a little bit just so that it doesn't run away too much, and then just pop that straight on. Give it a little bit of nudge in the right direction. And then rather than trying to leave it out too much, I'm going to go into the next one and let it sort of settle down. And they're all finished now. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of chocolate on the sides, that will just flake off once it's cool. And then we're just going to pop those in the fridge. Now we've taken the silicone out of the fridge, so they're all nicely set, and we're just going to pop them out onto the surface and take a look. And this is what makes silicone really great, is obviously it's so flexible that you can just pop those bits through. Nice and easy. I'm just going to pop these on the foil so you can see. This one here is one of the milk chocolates that we've done with white chocolate, and where we've just popped those in those inverted sections, you can see you get a nice effect there. This is a snowman, which of course I thought should be white really, and so we've used the milk chocolate this time to give it a little bit of definition. I have done one here just plain so that you can see it looks just as pretty, but obviously you have the option, if you feel a little bit more creative and you've got a little bit more time, to go with the patterns. So, and if you wanted to, you could just use this moulds that we've used today and just serve chocolates to your guests, perhaps on Christmas Day. You can make it with plain milk chocolate and have it as your after dinner mince. It's quite a nice effect. What we're going to do is pop it into our advent calendar unit, which I will show you. And this is our advent calendar unit. It is a little Santa who's driving a truck instead of having reindeer because he's given them the night off. It's very decorative. It has Merry Christmas on the top, a little bit of sparkle there as well. And then each of these little drawers just pull out, and that's an empty space for you to pop your items. You can put chocolate in there, you can put sweeties in there, and this is what we're going to use to put our lovely homemade chockies in. Now this section is something that you can definitely do with the children. We're just going to get our chocolates and some tin foil, and this is just really for the freshener. And if you want to just pop your chocolate onto the silver foil and just wrap it up gently. Just tuck the edges in. This is an opportunity for the outside to be decorated, which is something that the children can do also. So what I've done is I've just printed and cut out some little shapes here, but they can draw their own little picture. We've got holly and an angel here. I'm just going to take the holly and then you can just glue the back down and pop it on your foil, and you could put glitter on it or whatever you'd like. Push that down there, and then you can just put it in your drawer, which comes all the way out, so you can pull it all the way out. Pop your chocolate in and away it goes until the 14th.